Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, and the Commander-in-Chief of our Defense Forces, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Professor Kithure Kindiki, the Speaker of the Senate, my colleagues, the Cabinet Secretaries, thank you very much. My colleagues, the Cabinet Secretaries, the Principal Secretaries led by our own Principal Secretary, Internal Security, Dr. Raymond Omolo, senior government officials present, all the PSS of our ministry who participated in this process, Inspector General of Police, and the DIGs, our regional security team present, our county security teams represented here, our chiefs, our assistant chiefs, our OCSs, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Remember what we said during Jukwa, that there must be a difference between the time we were in Jukwa and after the training. Even your voice must change. Yes, sir. Our chiefs, assistant chiefs, good morning. Good morning, sir. Chiefs, hoye. Hoye. Assistant chiefs, hoye. Hoye. First of all, let me say, Your Excellency, I have never seen a crowd of such a beautiful presentation of chiefs and assistant chiefs. It is beautiful and intimidating at the same time. And I want to thank you, Your Excellency, for being the first president since independence to host chiefs and assistant chiefs, not from one district, not from one county, not from one region, but from the entire republic at once. Mr. President, this is a great honor. It shows that when you went to the campaign and told the people of Kenya that the governance of Kenya shall be bottom up, you were not making political slogans. You meant business, Your Excellency. It also shows the kind of leader you are. You are humble and you listen to the voices of those who are at the bottom of the pyramid. And Your Excellency, we don't take this for granted. When you appointed me to this ministry, I took over from Professor Kithure Kindiki. And Your Excellency, he had done an exceptional job. He came to office when it was a very difficult time. We were facing banditry, threats of terror, and many other problems. And then when I came to office, he told me, as you continue with the work that Professor started, I want you to go to the bottom and listen to the voices of Kenyans and listen to the voices of the leadership within your ministry and within the government to see how best we can bring together these leaders and take advantage of their expertise and their continuous presence on the ground, Your Excellency, to make sure that government programs are properly explained to the citizens and also government programs are properly implemented from the bottom up. Your Excellency, I did exactly that. And we had 48 Jukwaa la Usalama Forum, Your Excellency. Thanks to your leadership and guidance, I now have the privilege of having spoken, sat, listened to chiefs, assistant chiefs, village elders, OCSs, in every part of our country, Your Excellency, including in Mandera, where we held 2 meetings. One in Mandera town and another one in Elwak. And it was a great privilege to sit and listen to the voices of these people. Your Excellency, when I told these leaders that this was not a talk show, the President was waiting for a report, an update. Mr. President, you have validated what I said by inviting them here and by what you are going to tell them in this particular session. After every county session, we briefed you. I briefed you on the issues and the things they wanted to be done. And Your Excellency, today is the day that we expect guidance from you on how to move the issues forward. Your Excellency, during this forum, we had over 60,000 people attending, which included the chiefs, the assistant chiefs, the village elders, representatives of community, civil society. It included also the OCSs, the police officers, and this engagement was very open and robust. In fact, by the time we did 3 counties, many people in the security sector called me and said, why are you having an open discussion on security issues with people like this? You are embarrassing the government. People are talking about officers they don't have. They are talking about fuel they don't have. They are talking about these other issues that they don't have. Why are you making this open? And we said, Your Excellency, this is the state of our nation, where if we must solve a problem, it must start by listening to those who are facing those problems. And because I am not the person who started this process, you started it when you were campaigning prior to 2022, listening to the people. We wanted to make sure that as much as possible, the report we bring to the people of Kenya is authentic, particularly on the issues we are facing as a nation. Let me say a summary of the security challenges we are facing as a nation is as follows. 1, Your Excellency, we continue facing the challenge of terror around our borders, and that is an issue that we continue managing. Our security teams are working hard, and we appreciate the chiefs and assistant chiefs that cover the areas affected because they are working closely with the police to make sure that this issue is addressed. Number 2, Your Excellency, we continue facing the challenges of banditry. Banditry continues to become a challenge in most parts of the country, but we must report that, Mr. President, since you came to office, a lot has been done across especially areas of Kerio Valley where there is now peace, and we have pacified those areas. We have taken guns from the criminals, and with the support of the chiefs, we have been able to collect over 1,000 guns in only less than 4 to 5 months. That is thanks to the guidance that you've given. We still feel challenges of banditry, especially in the counties of Meru, Isiolo, Samburu. And, Mr. President, this is an issue that we want to deal with and deal with finality based on your using the example we have received from the successful areas. The third issue, Your Excellency, we continue to place that threatens our country and we require your guidance today, is the question of alcohol and drug abuse. That, Your Excellency, is a big issue. And I must thank the chiefs and assistant chiefs because they're in the forefront. However, Your Excellency, through Jukwaa la Usalama, we have insisted that we want to work together as a team. One of the things that makes this issue difficult is matters of corruption, matters of licensing when it comes to by county government, Your Excellency. Some counties have bars in some towns more than the restaurants, making it difficult for us to deal with this issue. And through your guidance today, we will want to work together to make sure we sort out this issue. We have addressed also the question of the fight between the police officers and the chiefs and the assistant chiefs about enforcement. I'm sad to note, Mr. President, that in some places, the OCSs were setting up the chiefs. You know, because they have taken a bribe from the person who is selling the alcohol, they set up the chief and they tell the other people, let them just do it. We will not take this matter to court, or if the chief is beaten, we are not going to help them. So some of these chiefs are failing a lot of threats. That's why they are asking you, Mr. President, if you can help them, we operationalize GAPU, National Government Administration Police Unit, to be able to solve this issue. Because that, Mr. President, is a big issue they are facing. And sometimes, I must say, even if they have cheered me, a few of the chiefs, Mr. President, are also culpable. Some of the fights they had with the OCSs is because they are fighting over who will collect the bribe. So, why, when the chief comes out and says, I have the power to fight alcohol, then the OCS says, no, he has no power, it is me who has the power. And the only reason is because they want to know who will be bribed by the people who are selling this alcohol. We have told them in uncertain terms, Mr. President, that they must work together in a team, and that is why we are having Jukwaa la Usalama to bring these people together so that they can work as a team. And since then, we have been able to make great progress to ensure that they work together as a team. Mr. President, drugs and drug abuse remains a big challenge, and we are expecting from you, and I believe you give us guidance today, how best we can upscale the fight against the drugs to save the future generation and to save our children, Mr. President, from those who are profiteering by making sure that they destroy the lives of the young people. The other issue, Mr. President, we still face is the question of goons and gangs. Mr. President, goons and gangs are a threat to our security as a nation. We have very resilient gangs that operate around the country, and they have very interesting names. Some of them are called Watizedi, ingine Confirm, ingine wanaitwa Gaza, zingine wanasema 42 Brothers, zingine wanasema Panga Boys, MRC, Mungiki, Sungu, Chingororo. Mr. President, these groups are a threat to our national security, and the IG has been working on a strategy to make sure that we deal with this issue. Mr. President, it is made complicated by politicians who go hire goons for their political gain. In some parts of this country, Mr. President, there is no funeral that happens without goons fighting from one politician to the other, making lives completely difficult for these chiefs and assistant chiefs and the OCSs in law enforcement. With your guidance, Your Excellency, this is an area we want to deal with decisively, without fear or favor, and we must deal with everybody, whether they are in government, they are in opposition. We are not going to spare anyone because we want to save our nation, Mr. President. The other issue, Mr. President, we believe will get your guidance today is sexual and gender-based violence. It's a big issue in our country, especially defilement. In fact, in the western region, places of western counties, places of Nyanza, especially Kisii, Migori, and then Bomet County, Mr. President, those are the areas we are recording high cases of defilement. And some of these cases involve the people who are supposed to protect these young children. These are places also we are having gender-based violence, fights, beatings, and wife beatings, and husband beatings. Mr. President, this is also an issue that we expect your guidance, and we are, as the police continue working hard, we want to upscale the fight against these issues. Lastly, Mr. President, is the issue of land. Land issues continue to pose a threat to the security in our country, and we have written in the report that we want to work together with Ministry of Lands to make sure that we resolve land issues, including the problems we are facing today in Narok because of land fights. We also have a problem of boundaries. Boundaries, Mr. President, are between and intra and between counties, Mr. President, is a big issue. Whether it is Kitui versus Tana River, whether it is Lamu versus Garissa, whether it's Taita Taveta versus Kwale, whether, Mr. President, between Pokot and Turkana, whether it is between Machakos and these other places, boundaries becomes an issue. And we believe that if we work together going forward, we need to locate the geomaps. It's even made worse when minerals are discovered, like the case of West Pokot and Turkana County. It gives us and poses security challenges in our country. Lastly, Your Excellency, I want to say that these officers, I don't want to repeat the issues that these officers have raised. You already have them that are related to their welfare. Mr. President, you have... Your Excellency, unajua, for many years, our chiefs wamekuwa wakitafuta promotion na mambo mengine. Sasa tumekuwa tukiambia hawa, ngojea kidogo training, ngojea kama una training utapromotiwa na mna. Sasa jana uliona vile wala match kwa parade, Your Excellency. Wanataka kusikia kwa wewe baada ya hiyo matching kwa hiyo parade ni nini itafanyika kwa maisha yao baada ya hiyo. Sasa rais, unajua wakati parade ilikuwa inaendelea, kuna chief moja alikuwa kwa sababu ya jua na nini na safari ametoka mbali, one of them fainted kwa parade. So paramedics wakakuja kumsaidia. Wakati alikuwa amesaidika, amekutuka, akaambiwa ingia kwa ile stretcher upelekwe for first aid. Akakataa, akasimama tena kwa parade, akaendelea mpaka ikaisha. I want to thank you. That means, first of all, let me say it is that chief did that because they value this training, Your Excellency. They have been here for many years without the training. We want to thank you, Your Excellency, for availing the resources immediately for their training, and that, Mr. President, you listened to their voice, you gave the resources. Now we have trained nearly 6,000 chiefs and assistant chiefs. We have trained the 800 SECs, and when you came for the graduation of SECs, you gave directions. We trained another 400 SECs who are currently under training, Your Excellency, because you mean business and your word, Your Excellency, is your board. You believe in what you say, and you have said so, and we have trained these chiefs and the assistant chiefs. Thank you, Your Excellency, for doing so. There are also a small matter, Your Excellency, that is related to their authority to incur expenses, Your Excellency. Kuna kakitu hawa chiefs wanapewa wakienda raid, waende pale, wasoko nini, Your Excellency. Waliniambia kila mwaka imekuwa ikishuka, inaendelea kushuka, inaenda kushuka. Sema neno moja tu na roho yao itakuwa. Your Excellency, kwa mambo ya insurance yao na work injury benefits, Your Excellency, most of these chiefs are in the forefront. Wanapigana na pombe, mtu ya pombe anawapeleka kotini. Saa zingine wanapigwa na goons wakienda kupigana na pombe. Kuna hata chief alituambia huko Butere alipigwa huko kwa River Nzoia huko akingangana na pombe. Kuna wengine wanaumia wakiwa kwa kupigana na banditry. Your Excellency, we need to improve the compensation that comes to all the chiefs and assistant chiefs who serve in line of duty, and they need to be compensated in good time. Your Excellency, all the other issues related to housing, related to mambo ya police, our police officers and their housing, their welfare, their promotion, motor vehicles, na mambo mengine yenye iko hapa. Nataka nimalizie tu na story moja nilipewa huko Makweni. Kwa mambo ya magari, Your Excellency. Tuliambiwa na ACC moja ya kwamba alienda kazi siku moja, amepanda ACC na ni mama, amepanda motorbike, anaenda baraza kubwa sana, akapanda bodaboda. Wakati alikaribia ile baraza yenye ilikuwa kubwa, wananchi wameketi chini. Ule mwenye anaendesha bodaboda akaweka madoido. Sasa nataka kuonyesha amelete mama mwenye ni ACC. Ni tu ya maana. Kwa hiyo madoido, Your Excellency, ACC akaanguka. Nasikia mtu mmoja akashout kwa crowd akasema serikali imeanguka. Your Excellency, ili kuokoa serikali, tunakuomba rais utusaidie kutafuta magari ya kusaidia hawa kutumia wakati wakifanya kazi yao hapo kwa mashinani. Ya mwisho ni kusema kwa mambo ya housing, ulisikia kwa yule alikuwa kwa ACC mwenye alikuwa pale. Most of our ACCs are living behind shops, behind places that are very dingy, and we want your help, Your Excellency, to make sure that they have better facilities. I have said too many things. This is just a summary of what is in the report. We wanted to make it as brief as possible. It is now my greatest honor and duty to welcome the President so that he can respond to the report that he already read and give directions on this issue, Your Excellency. Sorry, I thought, Your Excellency, pole kwa kupita hapo. Tuko na hapa, let me first introduce. Tuko na hapa, Your Excellency, and the Speaker of the Senate, Pikieni Makofi. Speaker Amason Jefferson. He is here on behalf of Parliament, on his colleague, the Speaker, to make sure that this, the entire report is going to be implemented where we need policy issues to make sure that it's been sorted. We have my colleagues, the Cabinet Secretaries. I want to thank them. Cabinet Secretary Miano, Cabinet Secretary Oparanya, Cabinet Secretary Ruku, Cabinet Secretary Alfred Mutua, Cabinet Secretary Mikosa Ogamba, and Cabinet Secretary Liki Nyajui. Thank you very much for being present. I want to recognize our PSs and the work they did, Your Excellency, PS Raymond Omolo, and PS Beliokitsa, and PS Dr. Biako, and all the PSS who are present here, the 3 of them participated fully, Your Excellency, in ensuring that this report is successful. The IG of the police, the DIGs, where the IG was not there, he made sure that the DIG, at least one of the DIGs, is representing in the Jukwaa la Usalama. I want to thank the committee, the 2 committees, Your Excellency, are full supporting us, committees of Parliament, chaired by National Assembly, chaired by Gabriel Tongoya, our very able chair, Your Excellency, from the National Assembly, and all the members of Parliament who are here. And I want to recognize also Fatuma Dulo, who is the chair of the committee in the Senate, for being present. Fatuma Dulo is a former Ngao. She was an SEC, Your Excellency, and she knows what's supposed to be done. And finally, I want to thank the Majority Leader, Honorable Ichung'wa, on behalf of all the members of Parliament who are here, that they will help us to make sure that where we need resources, Your Excellency, you will guide us in this issue. Your Excellency, it's now my pleasure to welcome my former teacher, Your Excellency, Professor Kithure Kindiki was my teacher. Professor Kindiki was my boss in the Senate, and Professor Kindiki was the immediate Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration. And Professor Kindiki set a very firm foundation in terms of what we are doing in this ministry at the moment. Because of the work he has done and he continues to do, Professor Kindiki ni fire. And therefore, it is my greatest honor and duty to welcome him so that he can make a few remarks and invite you, Your Excellency. I thank you, Your Excellency. Welcome, Excellency.
Mheshimiwa Rais William Ruto, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Amiri Jeshi, majeshi ya ulinzi, viongozi wote, Mheshimiwa Rais, niruhusu nikushukuru kwa sababu hii ndio mara ya kwanza machiefs wote wa Kenya, manaibu wao, wamekuwa na mkutano wa moja kwa moja na rais wa taifa. Mheshimiwa Rais, vile vile sisi ambao tulikuwa kwa timu yako wakati ulikuwa unatafuta uongozi wa taifa, tulikuwa tukiongozwa na wewe, tumesema ya kwamba masuala ya taifa la Kenya na suluhisho ya mashida ambazo na changamoto za taifa la Kenya, tutatafuta suluhu tukianzia mashinani ama kule chini tukienda